Good morning. Today we're going to make the perfect scrambled egg. It's a Chef Gordon Ramsay recipe. It's the best scrambled eggs I've ever tasted. A lot of people have their own different variations of how to make the best omelet or the best scrambled egg and so forth. This by far is the best. This is the coup de grace as far as I'm concerned. It's also very simple, very basic. There's a few little secrets in here, a few things that people you wouldn't know unless you learn the recipe. I've been fortunate enough, I've made it so many times, I perfected it. Actually, the first time I made it perfect, so it is a great recipe though. It's the most delicious scrambled eggs you will ever taste. Basically, we're going to have three. I like to use organic eggs or omega-3 eggs. We're going to have mushrooms, some cherry tomatoes, chives, a little bit of sour cream, and about a tablespoon of butter. The sour cream I'm not going to actually use today. It's going to be notional. That'll come in later. I'll show you on the recipe, but that basically comes in. You want to use a modest tablespoon of sour cream to cool off the eggs when they start coming together. And the butter we're just going to use up front to grease the pan. It's part of the recipe. So without further ado, we'll get started. I'll show you the ingredients, and we'll get some meat in the pan. That's basically what we're going to be working with today. Very simple. So what I'm doing is I haven't put any heat on in the egg pan yet. I just want to get the butter and the eggs in there and combine before I turn the heat on. It's kind of important. I don't want the eggs cooking yet until it's mixed in with the butter. Now I've got my eggs in. Start whisking that. Once I get the egg yolks broken up, now I'm going to go for the heat. So I got my tomatoes and my mushrooms in there rocking out. Now the secret to the eggs is I'm going to put this pan or the heat on high heat, as high as I can get it. I'm using the flame obviously, which is good. The electric ranges aren't as good. You can still do it, but nothing's better than actual gas stove. So I'm basically constantly, from the time I get the heat in the pan, I'm constantly going to be stirring, constantly. And first time you do this, first couple times you do this, your arm's going to get a little sore, a little tired. And then once that you see that the butter's all the way melted, and you can tell, okay, that there's definitely, there's heat in the pan. It's actually cooking now. Once you see the butter's melted. And of course, I used the organic butter. Everything's organic. I can already see the eggs are starting to come together a little bit. They're getting a little bit cooked. So what I'm going to do is take it off the heat. Because the heat is in the bottom. These are still cooking right now. By taking it off, we're allowing it to still cook, but at a nice even temperature without getting too hot, without overcooking. You want to cook it nice and slow. Back on. So that's actually one of the most important tricks in the recipe, the heat. We take the pan, we put it on the heat, off the heat, on the heat, off the heat, and we keep doing that throughout the whole process. They're starting to come together, starting to get a little thicker. Now we're almost to the part where we want to put the sour cream in, just when they start taking shape. And at this stage right here, we're almost, about right here is where I put the sour cream in, and just, like I said, about a modest tablespoon, because all we want to do is cool off the eggs a little bit, and it will add a little bit of flavor to them. It's going to kind of slow them down a little bit and keep them just before they get done. You see there's a consistency that's starting to come together now. Another key point I didn't mention is we don't want to season the eggs at all until they're completely cooked. A lot of people in the beginning, they'll whisk eggs and they'll pour, some salt in there. You don't want to do that because the salt breaks the eggs down. These are just about done. That's about the consistency we want right there. Okay. It's about done. I'm going to go ahead and shut the heat off here. Turn that off. Let that sit for a minute. Mushrooms and tomatoes are looking good. I'm going to go ahead and plate up. So there's our eggs. They're done. They're very flaky, soft, not watery or runny at all. Go ahead and add our chives. Actually, I'm going to season a little real quick. Let's get these guys off. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and season. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, throw our chives on there. And we're done. That is the perfect scrambled egg. Beautiful. So again, just to go through that one more time, we have 3 eggs. I like to use organic or the omega-3 eggs. As you saw real quick from start to finish, that only took about 5 minutes, 7 minutes to make that. Really fast, and it's better than doing those old whisking where you pour a bunch of eggs in a bowl and you whisk them and then salt them and throw them in or add milk and all that. People just come up with some crazy recipes, concoctions, but this is just very basic, very simple. It's pretty healthy. Like I said, we only used not even maybe a half a tablespoon of butter, and I didn't even add the sour cream, and these are going to taste unbelievable. So it's 3 eggs. I like to use the mushrooms and the tomatoes. Kind of gives it a little finesse on the side, as opposed to doing like big hash brown and all kinds of greasy stuff. This is very light. We have the chives, and that's basically it. Sour cream's optional. Tablespoon of sour cream, and we're done. So enjoy. Thank you.